The world knows about this park as a place for petrified wood. It's been 100 years that we've known about that. But it's only been the last 10 years we've known about the animals that were alive at that time in the same area and have begun to explore them and find them out in the field and begin to tell their stories. There's a richness of the paleontology story that's just beginning to be told at this park, and it's very exciting. It's a globally interesting story.
In 2004, I was hiking out in the Painted Desert with a group of geologists, and I came across a hill covered in fossil bone. Upon returning to the hill and re-examining it, I realized that all the bones belonged to this animal called Revueltosaurus. Revueltosaurus was previously only known from fossil teeth, so any bones we found of this animal were new to science. So here we are at the Revueltosaurus quarry. The flat area at the top is where we've systematically excavated through the years and uncovered all these skeletons. The low hill, when I first found it, was completely covered in bones. There's a grid set up, you can see with the rope and everything, and that's for mapping. This blue-gray layer right here is the layer that we found the animals in. So I came up the drainage here, and right about here there was a skeleton of an animal coming out. And in 2004, there was a skeleton over there. In 2005, we got another one here, and in 2006, we got one here. This entire flat area here is what we did in 2012, and the big skeleton came from right here. So when you have numerous skeletons of the same animal, and really well preserved like we have here, where we have whole skulls, you can look at things like bite force of the jaws, or reconstruct all the musculature of the skull, or section the bones and look at their growth history. We always dream of finding a quarry like this because we can get a lot more information out of it than just a single skeleton or a single find somewhere else. So it's a real unique opportunity. Once the jacket makes it back to the prep lab, we have specially trained technicians called fossil preparators, and they cut open and remove the top of this plaster jacket. Then they can actually start removing the rock from all the bones, and as you can see, they're very delicate. They're very small, and it's a lot of tedious, time-consuming work. It can take months to years to actually free the bones from the rock. Once the fossil preparator actually frees the bone from the rock, then we can look at how the bones actually fit together and try to figure out what the animal looked like. And when we take isolated skull bones like this one, there's little notches here on the sides where other skull bones actually fit in. It's almost like a big jigsaw puzzle. We can fit the skull together, and then we can recreate what the entire skull would have looked like. This bone here is this bone here. This ridge here is this ridge here. This is the eye. The eye. You can see the teeth. This part here is this part here. The back of the head's here. One of the most amazing things about this park is every time I go out in the field, I find something. And a lot of times it has the chance to being something new. So this place is so rich in fossils that it makes it a natural laboratory to study the paleontology of this time period. And the finds that we find here actually generate research across the globe.